way to pick your eyeshadow palettes? Do you struggle every day with trying to pick an eyeshadow palette? Well, keep watching and I will show you a way to not have to choose. This is Throwing Shade Update 6 Round 7. This is probably one of my funnest projects that I have been doing. With very large numbers in eyeshadow palettes, this kind of helps choose my palettes for me. So if you want to see what new palettes I'm going to choose for the next month, then just make sure to keep on watching. But first, make sure you guys subscribe by clicking that subscribe button. Also, while you're at it, be sure to turn on those notifications so that YouTube will notify you every time I upload. All you have to do is click the little bell and bam, you're good to go. This is such a fun project, but I'm going to be doing a little bit of a twist on it moving forward. How is everybody? Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the family. I would hope that you would subscribe. My name is Rose. I'm a girl boss on a budget who loves to save money and project pan. Today's video is my 6th update on Throwing Shade. Throwing Shade is an eyeshadow palette roulette type of project where you enter all of your eyeshadow palettes into a random number generator of some sort or a wheel. You randomly select 3 palettes to use per month, using 1 on the first week, 1 on the second, and 1 on the 3rd week. And then on the 4th week of the month, you use all 3 palettes combined. The creators of Throwing Shade is Jessica Lee and Amanda D. Of course, they will be listed down below in the description box for you guys. My start date on this is 9/25 of 2019, and it is ongoing until you have cycled through all of your eyeshadow palettes. It's just a great way to really show your eyeshadow palettes some love and kind of choose them for you, because I know having such a large number in eyeshadow palettes, it can be very daunting in trying to pick one to use every day. So this is a great way to kind of choose your eyeshadow palettes for you. On my last month's update, which will be linked in the cards for you guys, I was chosen 3 eyeshadow palettes. We will go ahead and go over the progress and if I have used these and how many times I have used these palettes now. Starting with the first week's palette that was chosen, which was my C Color Cosmetics Dope 1 palette. This is an exact replica of the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette. It's just a really beautiful neutral tone type of palette with some beautiful shimmer shades in it. These 2 shades are quite stunning. I'm really glad that it did choose this, so it gave me an opportunity to kind of reach for this again, which is one of the main reasons why I do love this project so much, because it will help me reach for palettes that I haven't reached for in ages, or palettes that I just normally necessarily wouldn't reach for. So it is such a great project for that. I was able to create, I think, 1 look with this. I will insert some photos of any looks that I have created so you guys can see, but it is just a beautiful neutral toned palette. It is great for day to day. A couple of my favorite shades in here, there's no shade names, so I'll just have to point to them, is this shade right here. Of course, these 2 shades right here, the beautiful white icy shade and this pink shade, as well as this shimmer shade right here. And it is just a great day-to-day type of palette. As you can see from some of the swatches, it is really gorgeous and it's just very user-friendly. It's very beginner-friendly and it's just a really great staple palette. And of course, like I said, it is the replica dupe palette for the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie, but it is for a fraction of the cost. So if you're interested in that type of a palette, or you're interested in her palette but can't really afford it, C Color Cosmetics makes great dupe palettes and exact replicas of more higher end brands for a more affordable price. So I really can appreciate that, because I know sometimes, you know, we all can't afford the higher end makeup. For the second week of this project, it ended up choosing my BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. And starting from the second week on this last month's update, I decided to kind of challenge myself even further because I've been doing this project for we're on the 6th update now, and there would be some months that would come and go and I wouldn't really use them, or they would just sit there, or I would maybe use them one time, if that. So starting from the second week when this palette was chosen, I decided to challenge myself even further, and I'm going to continue to do it this way. And I'm doing a challenge that's called No Pan Left Behind Challenge, and it is basically where I will start to try to use every shade in the palettes moving forward. I think that'll be a really great way to just help me get a better understanding of my palettes in general. If I can use every shade in the palettes, it will really challenge me to be more creative. Not that I'm not creative, but it'll really just kind of push me even further, because I know I was setting goals before to try to do at least 2 looks, and I think by doing the No Pan Left Behind challenge, it will really help me to get full enjoyment out of each palette that is chosen moving forward. With that being said, I managed to use, I think, 9 out of the 17 shades in here. I will insert a photo. I did take a photo on my Instagram. I didn't quite use all of them, but at least I'm trying. And then now that it is a new update and a new month, and it's actually my 6th update, so it's been my 6 months on this project, I'm really gonna buckle down whenever the 3 palettes are chosen on this update and start using every pan in the palette. I also created a couple beautiful looks with this. I will insert some photos so you can see some looks I created, and I really like that challenge, the No Pan Left Behind. I think it'll really again just challenge me even further, because I do love this project so very much, and we have such a long way to go. We've only been through 18 palettes out of 141 palettes that I have in my collection, so we got a ways to go, you guys. We're gonna be doing this video for quite some time, so I hope that you guys enjoy this. And if you are interested in joining in on this project, you are definitely more than welcome to. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know if you are interested in joining in on this project. I would love to have you. I'm just gonna really try that much harder on this update. For the 3rd week of the month, it chose my Juvia's Place Warrior palette. This palette is quite beautiful. It is just your like neutral gold tone type of palette. And I want to say I used 5 out of the 9 shades in here. So again, now that we're moving forward into a new month, I'm really going to try to use every shade in the palette, just because I have the tendency to procrastinate, and I'm tired of procrastinating. I want to stick to one of these challenges that I say I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to do it. Granted, I know life happens and things happen and I get sidetracked, but I love a good challenge, so I'm really going to try my hardest this month. I will insert some photos to show you a look that I created with this palette. Just a really gorgeous palette. Juvia's Place's eyeshadow formula is to die for. Out of this world. Really super creamy, really emollient, and just super blendable and buildable. And the metallic shimmers in here are to die for. As you can see from the swatches, they are just incredible, you guys. I can't even really explain it. I don't know how they do it. They're affordable, and it is just an all-around great neutral palette. If you like golds, you would definitely love this palette. And I forgot to explain the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. This is another really gorgeous palette as well, you guys. BH Cosmetics shimmer formula is quite incredible. They're very soft and buttery, and they pick up easily on a brush, which I can definitely appreciate. This palette is really another great neutral type of palette with your typical pops of blue in there, and it has these gorgeous highlighter shades over here that you can also use as eyeshadows, and it's just a great palette. A couple of my favorite shades are definitely the shade Mineral right here, the shade Turquoise and Hot Spring. The two blues are incredible, and Quartz down here is a really great shade, and I really do love this palette. Now usually how I have been doing it, when I go to pick the palettes, I would pull up the wheel from Facebook called Wheel Decide, but I am all done with my inventory and my eyeshadow palettes on my computer, on my spreadsheets finally. I'm so proud of that. That is such an accomplishment, you guys. I'm trying to decide on if I should do a video showing you guys my completed inventory, because it is very detailed and broken down and precise, and I'm very proud of it. Let me know if that would be something you would be interested in seeing, and how my inventory, my makeup inventory looks. Instead of pulling up the wheel, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up the Pretty Random app, and I already have 1 to 141 in the app. We're just gonna go ahead and pick 3 numbers, then I will go look at my spreadsheets and pick the palettes that are assigned to each number. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick the 3 numbers. 139, 49, and 107. So I got my 3 numbers. Let me go look at my spreadsheets, and I will go pick the 3 palettes that are assigned to these numbers. Okay, you guys, sorry if the camera is a little wobbly, but I wanted to try to make sure I can get you guys on here to see the 3 new palettes being chosen. So let me scroll to the top real quick so you guys can see how I have my format. I just have at the top eyeshadows, and then I have the count, which is the number from 1 to however many I have, as well as this number is my count in my inventory. And then I also have the total shades, which is the number of shades in each palette, as well as starting on May 1st, how many times I'm using each palette. So it'll help me to get a better understanding and see what palettes I'm reaching for and how often I use them. As you can see, this one that is highlighted in the maroon color is my Pan That palette. And another one that's highlighted is the chocolate gold bar, which is highlighted because it's in a project. And I think how I'm going to do it is for throwing shade, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight those ones a different color as well. So then when they all get highlighted, I will of course also know that they have all been used. So number 139, as you can see, it's going on this side, is the e.l.f. Bite Size in Rose Water. Number 49 is the Huda Beauty Nude. And number 107 is Rose here. I just wanted to hop on and interrupt to let you guys know that when I was picking my new eyeshadow palettes, I was going off of this number on the side here and not my actual inventory number, because as you guys can see, according to my inventory and how I have it on my spreadsheets, is I have the palettes here, and then I have the count with a slash. So this first number is where the eyeshadows are according to my inventory, and then the slash is 1 all the way down to 141 eyeshadow palettes that I have. But I was looking at this number when I picked my 3 new palettes, not this number right here, which, for example, number 107 is actually the Sea Color Around the World palette. Number 107 that I picked for the 3rd week of the project is the Alter Ego, which is the one I picked, but I was using the wrong number. What I'm gonna do is just go ahead and keep these 3 palettes that I already chose instead of going back in and repicking, because I'm already editing the video. On my next month's update, I will just make sure to use my actual inventory numbers. So I just wanted to show you guys and explain that to you and let you know that I made a little mistake there, but it's okay. I could have easily just taken this whole clip out and just picked my palettes, but I wanted to just leave this in to show you guys that, hey, we're all human. I made a simple little mistake, and I just thought it would be kind of cute to have it added in there to show you guys that I'm still learning even my own inventory process. This is how my inventory looks. I have everything broken down. If you guys would like to see a video of how I broke down my inventory, I would love to show you guys. Back to the regular video. Okay, I'm back and I picked the palettes that were aligned to the numbers, and if I was able to insert at least a recording of me showing you guys the inventory, you were able to see which palettes were chosen. For week 1, the palette that was chosen was my e.l.f. bite-sized little eyeshadow quad in the shade Rose Water. This will actually be pretty easy to use every shade in the palette for sure because there's only 4 shades in here. I'm really excited to just play with this because I got a couple of these for my birthday, and I did do a birthday haul video. I will link it in the cards if you want to go check it out. This will definitely be easy to use every shade in the palette for sure. It's just a really gorgeous softly pressed shadows, and for $3 you cannot beat it. Like, I don't know how e.l.f. did it, but these are actually really quite nice, and I'm excited to get some use out of it. The second week, it chose my Huda Beauty new nude palette, which I'm really excited to use as well. This is such a gorgeous pinky toned, cool toned mauve palette, and her formula, for those of you who have been subscribed to me for a while, know is one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palette formulas. She just makes really great textured shadows, and I'm really excited to get some use out of this again and to really get in there and use every shade in the palette. I shouldn't have a problem, and it shouldn't be too much of a challenge to use every shade in this palette just because I really love this palette. I'm excited to get some use out of that. And then for the third week, it chose my Alter Ego Goddess palette, which is another replica palette from Alter Ego that is duplicating the Natasha Denona gold palette. It is super stunning, you guys. I'm really excited to get some use out of this. I did hit pan in the shade Hera. That was in my project that I created last year called Pan the Way, which is a Pan Those eyeshadow series I created. If you're interested in checking it out, I will link it in the cards. Feel free to. I hit pan in one of the shades, and I'm really excited to get some use out of this. It's a really great formula. Alter Ego makes a really good formula. I'm really excited to get some use out of this. I forgot to mention, for the 4th week of the month, you're supposed to use all 3 palettes combined, and I forgot to mention that before going in and getting excited and picking the new palettes because that's always my favorite part. If I have a look that I had created using all 3 of these palettes combined, I will be sure to insert it. I am kind of pre-recording this. I still have a little bit of time left to at least achieve one look with these, as well as possibly use all the shades left in the pans that I haven't yet. This is also a fun week in the project. I like to call it the free-for-all week because it's kind of where you can use all 3 palettes to create looks with, or you can use 2 of the 3, or you can use 1 or whatever you want on the 4th week of the month. The 4th week is the funnest week in the project. I did forget to mention that, so I wanted to just touch on that briefly. And I also wanted to mention now that since we are at the 6-month mark on this project, and I am changing up the format on how I choose my eyeshadow palettes, being that I'm picking them off of my spreadsheets. As you guys were able to see, I have them all listed down. When I was using the wheel, I would take the palettes out that I had already used. So I think what I would like to do is just kind of start fresh. I didn't get that far in. I only used 15 palettes, and I really love this project. And with the no pans left behind challenge, if it happens to pick a palette that was already in rotation, I'm just gonna go ahead and use it again, so that way I can really try to use every shade in each and every single palette that I own. I know it's going to be a lot. It's going to take a while. I think it'll be just a really great challenge. So we will see how it goes. We will come back in another month from now and pick 3 more palettes. That is basically everything for this update, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please, of course, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel out so much. Subscribe and comment down below. And until my next video, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye.